Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Hey, it's M.A. Truth. Yes, it's been a minute. Been chilling, been relaxing. My mind, that is. Physically still on the go. Still trying to make it do what it do. In any case. So lazy Sunday afternoon here. And I thought I'd take a minute to share a few thoughts with y'all. For those who kind of keep track of me a little bit, I am a history buff, and I am an avid news junkie. Yes, I watch cable news. However, I don't watch Fox News. NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, those types of shows. That's what I kind of tune into. I do hear the other side of the coin, so to speak, which is crazy, but that's another story. This morning, I wanted to kind of just ask you, how do you feel about the voting rights bill that's not being voted on? It's amazing to me how bills can get passed in the House of Representatives. However, the Senate, where the Republicans and Mitch McConnell, I call him Turtle, and Leningrad Lindsay reside. These people are voted into office by the masses, by the citizenry of this country, the United States, of which they too are citizens. Yet and still, they will not vote for voting rights so that every person who is qualified to vote can vote. The Republicans, for the most part, always fight dirty. Always fight dirty. They're street fighters. They're gutter fighters. They can't win a vote on principle. So they go and they slander and they malign and they lie and they cheat. And then we've got those who've got the financial means to rig a nigga in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can do everything but pass this voting rights bill. Every living being in this country who is of age to vote should be able to vote. It is in the so-called Constitution, which has been pretty much stomped on and thrown in the middle of the street. Trump showed that. And he hasn't been held to account on anything, again, because of the Republican Party. Makes you wonder what happened to him, don't it? Or what happened to people in general. They have no, I was going to say morals. They have no scruples. They don't have anything. You don't have anything to share or to offer the masses except mayhem and foolishness. I think it's horrible, personally. But y'all can vote on everything, or you can vote on cutting taxes for the wealthy, but you cannot vote on the voting rights bill. You hold that up. Mitch McConnell is an obstructionist. He has obstructed justice ever since he's been in office. Never seen such a mean-spirited individual before, spiteful. He plays the game well, though, because he's tactical in what he does. However, his slow-talking rhetoric is exactly that, rhetoric. if you really listen to him. He doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Rich, and when I say rich, I'm speaking of those who generally, from a financial standpoint, those who are making over $250,000 a year. To me, that's a person of means. These people, for the most part, do not pay their fair share of taxes. There's not as many of them as it is those of us who make considerably less than that. Yet we're the ones who bear the brunt of the taxes. Money is wasted. Our tax dollars are used, I think, for the most part, against what the average person would want it used for, Infrastructure, for example, if you're talking about the roads, the bridges, the railways, all of that, that's essential. Roads are breaking down across all 50 states, bridges across all 50 states, the water pipelines crumbling. This shit is 100 years old, if not more. What makes you think it's going to last if you don't repair it or you don't replace it? There are communities all across this nation that are suffering with water problems. Why wouldn't you vote that in? Everybody benefits from it, Republican or Democrat. Why does everything have to be them or us? Just look at this from a human standpoint. We all live and breathe the same air. I don't think, those that are financially endowed have taken that over yet. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I was watching a show. I'm going to digress for just a moment. The realtors in New York City, I forget the name of the show, but when they build these skyscrapers, these modern buildings, these apartments, these fancy homes, do you not know that they actually buy airspace so that another contractor cannot build a building higher than theirs because it would obstruct the view? Yep, they done took over the air. So I'm sorry, I lied. Seriously though, we breathe the same air. We drink pretty much the same water. We all drive on roads. Infrastructure, y'all. Vote this shit in. Everybody benefits from it. What is the problem? Now, back to my other issue. Voting rights. It's a part of the Constitution. Bottom line, if you can't win fair and square, your ass don't need to be in office anyway. We're supposed to be electing people from our own areas, Those that we send to the federal government to represent us. These are supposed to be our neighbors, but they're not. They're not. Many of them are multi-millionaires, and they live in gilded cages. They're beautiful guarded and gated homes, while the rest of us, many of us, are unemployed, underemployed, can't get, quality daycare at a reasonable rate because everybody wants to make $1 off of everybody else who don't have the dollar to spend in the first place. Even trying to raise the minimum wage is an issue. Republicans, for the most part, have a problem with that. Y'all sitting on all the money. Foolishness needs to stop. And I think that every day, Joe and Josephine, hey, we need to wake the fuck up. And we need to pay attention. Our very lives are ordered by the people that we vote in office. If we, as a people, continue to put these grifters, these small-time hoods into politics to oversee and rule us, my next question is, what the hell's wrong with us? Stand up. Voting is important. Voting is vital. It rules and regulates your everyday life. Your city municipalities, your states, all the way up to the White House. We have got to pay attention to who we put in office. You know, these glorified folks who have hairspray and walk in with their lips all pursed together and trying to act all this, that, and the other. That doesn't make TV personalities. That doesn't make them qualified to run a government. Trump should never have been voted in. The man is a pathological liar. He's a narcissist. He's not educated. Man can't hardly read. And God knows he can't talk. I would ask everyone who even has an ear to hear, learn about your government. Learn about your legislatures. Learn about the judicial branch. Learn. Educate yourselves on how all of this affects your personal daily lives. And I bet you, you'll get off your ass and you'll start asking deeper questions. You'll start participating more. I know I am. There was a time when I sat on my fat ass and complained all the time. But I have seen the light. Yes, I've had a revelation. I've had an epiphany. I've had a come to Jesus moment. I've opened my eyes to my responsibility to myself, to my family, to my community. And I'm now participating more vigorously in helping others really comprehend what's going on. Don't sit on your behind and let other people dictate to you what's good for you, okay, and yours. When you vote someone in office, make sure that they are held accountable, okay? You have to. There's a young woman, she's a representative, I think she's from Missouri, Cory Booker, slept outside the Capitol steps, okay, to force attention to this eviction moratorium. Big wigs in Congress and the Senate just let that shit just go ahead and it just passed on by. But they skipped on out of town and went on their happy merry way to their homes, which they won't lose, while everybody else is being put on the street. Nobody asked for the virus to come upon us. Nobody asked for the ripple effect that it has had on our lives. It's devastated people. It has devastated families. It has devastated businesses, livelihoods. You can't allow folk who profit off the poor to continue to dictate. You can't do that. Because it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. It is. I'm just asking that you wake up, folks. Wake up. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Ooh-wee. I never dreamed, I never fantasized in my youth that I would ever see a day such as the day that I'm living in currently. Never thought about it. But we need to think, folks. We need to think. We need to think for ourselves. We need to think for our children and our grandchildren and those generations that are yet to come. Think. Don't let somebody tell you that you can't think or that you can't question. You have a right to question everything. You do not have to accept the status quo. The question is who made or generated the status quo? Who manipulated that situation? Okay, to where it is considered to be the status quo. Question everything. Demand answers. And make a change. Yes, we can all speak up and make a change. And hold these people that we vote into office accountable. You want to sit up there in the legislature, city council, okay, mayor's office, governors, congressmen, senators, presidents. Remember who voted you in. Remember who you put in office. All right, I'm done. I done spoke my piece for today. Like I said, this is a lazy Sunday afternoon. I'm going to continue to watch my MSNBC. Y'all have a great Sunday. The air show is here. And I will run. And my grandson and my daughter are out there with their friends, and they're enjoying that. And I'm enjoying the peace and quiet in the crib. Have a great week. And this is M.A. Truth. And yes, I am clothed in my right mind, and I have the full activities of all of my limbs. Have a great day.